part of our ongoing mission to help you achieve your goals, we had a request to talk about habits. So I'm doing a couplet, and today we're going to talk about the ways to build all of your good habits, and next week we're going to talk about ways to break all of your bad habits. Let's go. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Lifehack Show, where we help you hit your big, beautiful goals. I'm your host Jade, and today we're going to talk about the ways that you can instill good habits into your life so you can finally get those good habits into your life instead of giving up and not incorporating them. So let's talk about some science. Actually, we're going to start with some facts. Fact number one, we are habitual creatures. We love our habits, which means they are very difficult to break, but they're also very difficult to build. And forming a habit is kind of like planning and achieving a goal. It is small compounded effort over time that leads to actual results. So how is a habit actually formed? Well, it all starts with a psychological pattern called a habit loop, and it has three stages. Firstly, the cue or the trigger that causes the automatic behavior to unfold. Secondly, there's the routine, which is the behavior itself. And finally, there is the reward that reminds the brain to do it again because it was good. For example, brushing your teeth. If you go into your bedroom at night, you're going to bed, and then your brain goes, you're going to bed. Go brush your teeth. Trigger, and then you go brush your teeth, routine, and then you feel all nice and fresh, and then your body's like, remember to do that in future. And once it becomes automatic, like your functioning part of your brain, it shuts down. You don't even have to think about it. It's like driving. You don't manually think anymore about changing all the gears. Can't think of the right word. 4 times filming that, still can't remember the right word, but it is automatic. You don't think about it. So how long does it take an actual habit to form? Well, it can take between 18 to 254 days for a habit to form, with an average of 66 days for a behavior to become automatic, which means this is a marathon, not a sprint. So we have to prepare for such. All right, science aside, what can we actually do and what do we need? So firstly, if we're going to treat habits like goals, we need a SMART goal, because achieving a habit and getting a habit is a goal, so we're going to need a SMART goal. And if you don't know what they are, or if you need some help, don't worry, we've got a whole video on it that Justin made, which will be linked above me, and it will be in the description box for you if you need it, if you want to watch it after this. And the second thing you're going to need is your why. Why do you want to install this new habit? Why is it important to you? Why do you need it? You need a why because that's going to keep you going when all motivation has gone to die. And don't worry, because we have help for you as well. There is a free PDF for you, and it is linked above me and in the description box, and it can help you with your SMART goal, and it can help you with your why. It can help you with everything, because we have a lot of resources already for you to help you install good habits and actually achieve your goals. Now, I'm going to walk you through this with a habit that I need to start, and that is stretching or yoga. Now, me and yoga and I disagree almost constantly. I find it boring and tedious, and then after I'm like, I like it, it was all right, but we disagree all the time, and I can't seem to build the habit. So I'm going to walk you through what I would do to build this new habit. Okay, enough waffling, let's actually get into the 7 ways that we can build good habits. If you are enjoying this video, by the way, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We are putting videos out every single week to help you achieve your goals and live your fullest, bestest life. All right, let's start small. So for the first one, I'm going to implore that you don't make the same mistake I do, which is go big or go home. And I am terrible for this. I am so bad. For the first week, I'm like really into it. I'm so prepared. I am so all over it. It is all about my life, and I've moved everything around to do this, to like start this habit. But then it hits like week 2 and I'm bored and I'm so over it, and then I forget and I give up, and then the habit goes and it's another thing that I wish I'd done but never actually got done. And that is because I didn't start small. I started way too big and got overwhelmed and gave up. Do not overshoot and make this overly complicated and make this overly convoluted. Start with something small. So normally I would be like, I want to take yoga up, so I'm going to do 40 minutes of stretching a day. It's going to be so good. That is completely unsustainable for me. For someone who doesn't enjoy it, like if I did like maybe 2 minutes a day as a start, it's small, but at least it's a start, because once the behavior becomes automatic, you can build on that and make it like 4 and then 6, and then you'll start enjoying it and it'll be a part of your life. But don't start too big and then crash and burn like I almost constantly do. Another thing I feel like is really hard about this is actually just getting started. So just take that first step and don't make it too big or too overwhelming. Just start that one small thing, do that one small thing today. You know what, just pause the video, go do it right now. Just go and do that one tiny thing to help build this good new habit into your life. This is incredibly vital. If your new habit does not fit into your routine, it is not going to last. So if you made your new habit too big, go back, make it smaller, and then come back. And then we can ask the question, where's it going to be? How's it going to fit into your routine? What are you going to do? If you need help, we have like a free PDF for you, which has a cute, really cute like graphic weekly planner, which will be linked above and below me if you need it. But now I feel like it's a really important time to mention that this is a lot of trial and error, especially with routine, because I know there are so many YouTubers that are like, oh my god, I wake up at 6:30 every day and I do yoga and I have my celery juice and my skin is radiant and I feel amazing. And I don't know about you, but that is literally my hell, is waking up super early to do yoga and drink celery juice. And I don't feel great afterwards like they do. I feel miserable. So just because something is great for other people doesn't mean it's great for you. You have to mix it up. I now know that actually I enjoy stretching most after a workout at like 11 o'clock in the afternoon without celery juice. So really mix it up. For example, if you want to take up a new fitness, don't just go to a 5:30 class that someone else is doing. Trial it. Try a 6 a.m. class, try a really late class, try one in the middle of the day. Mix it up and see what actually works best for you, because you might think that, oh yeah, I'm going to do my new habit at exactly 3 p.m. and then you find out that that's unsustainable and you didn't like it anyway. So mix it up, see what actually works best for you and actually what works best into your routine, and it will be much more likely to stick. Another tip I have for your routine, and this is a weird one, so you're gonna have to bear with me, is to incorporate your new habit into your like chill time / entertainment life. So I'm gonna talk about my hair, because at the start of the year, a new habit I had to get into was learning how to do my hair and have nice hair every day. So in my chill time, I followed YouTubers, I followed Instagram, and I would talk about it, and I kept it entertaining, and it really helped keep the habit in place because I was always being interested and engaged and talking about it, and I didn't just forget about it and move on. So that is something that you can do. I found it really helpful. I realize you're probably looking at my hair and going like, really, your hair is improved? But I would like to point out that if you go back 2 years and ask me how my hair is, I'll be like, oh my god, how does she do it? Habit, small compounded effort over time. All right, let's move on. Let's stop talking about the fluff. All right, we have our goal, we have our why, we have our routine, we have everything, but now we need to plan to fail, because you will fail, you will try and self-sabotage, and we need to plan and be ahead for it, because I know that I hit something called the 10th day barrier, and that is where all of my motivation goes to die, just before the end of the second week. Like, I am so for it, but motivation doesn't last forever and you can't rely on it. So plan for the ways that you failed before, or the ways that you think you're gonna fail, and then make a plan for it. So I'm going to show you. The failure board is back. Here's my board of failings. These are the ways that I will fail at yoga from much previous experience. So one of the ones is that I am always too busy working to make time to do some stretching. So I've written, do some desk yoga instead of scrolling on Instagram. And it's like a 5-minute thing that's on YouTube that I can do. There's always ways that you can avoid it and stop using all of those terrible excuses to self-sabotage. Now, this is a short and sweet section, because the real question is like, how are you going to fail and what are you going to do about it? Grab a notebook and write about it. And if you do need help like avoiding self-sabotage and you want to hack your brain in order to avoid it, I've also got a video on that. If you haven't seen it, it is linked above me and in the description box. Again, another resource, but I want to make sure that you have absolutely everything. All right, let's go on to the next one. And this one is going to be even shorter than the previous one, because we're going to talk about accountability, but I already have a whole video on how to create perfect accountability, which is linked above and in the description box. But I'm going to give you like a Sparks Notes version. So firstly, you can find a partner or an accountability pal, but make sure that they are a good one, because the wrong accountability pal can be such a hindrance. Don't get a terrible one. Don't just ask your friend, because they will give up and get bored. Find a good accountability pal to make sure that you stay on track. Number 2 is social media. Just announce what you want to do on social media and use the expectation of that to carry you through. Number 3, you can do a challenge with someone. I found that is actually very helpful. So for me, especially with the hair thing, I found that expectation was extremely powerful, because we're such social creatures. Like, accountability can be really powerful if you have another person to keep you in check. So with the hair thing, my friend wanted me to do her hair for her wedding, which I thought was an insane choice. But it really helped keep me accountable, because there was so much expectation of me to be able to do something for such an important day. So find good accountability, find a good reason, and keep you motivated. Right. Short and sweet, as I said, because I have a whole video on it. Let's talk about automation. You are lazy. Embrace it. I don't mean this in a mean way, I mean it in a very logical way. We are human beings. We do not find the most difficult way to do things. We find the easiest way to do stuff, and that is because we have one job. Our job is to grow, to eat food, survive, thrive, and conserve energy in times of no food and danger, which means we're naturally lazy, and that's great because we can embrace it and use it. And the best way to do this is to design your environment around this particular fact. So here's my example. I want to do yoga in the evenings, but in the evenings I sit and watch TV because I'm tired. So if I hid my TV remote and made it like much effort to go get. If it was a lot of effort to go get, I would look at it, I would look at the sofa and go, oh, it's so far away. And then my yoga mat would just be outside and I'd just be like, oh, I'll just sit down and do my yoga and get it out the way. And then once I've done, I'll get that rush of like, oh yeah, I feel good. I did the thing that I'm supposed to do. Then I'll happily go get the TV remote because I won't be sat on the TV going like, oh, I should be doing yoga, but I'm not. So streamline your environment until your habit is fully formed. You want to have your environment based around your habit so it can be easily incorporated into your routine by making your normal routine slightly more difficult than your new habit. So put your journal on your pillow and put your running shoes by the coffee machine. Don't put them by the front door because you're unlikely to walk by there. Put them by the first thing you do. So if the first thing you do is wake up and go to the coffee machine, wake up and put your shoes by the coffee machine so that you're reminded to get them because you won't walk by the front door. So make sure your environment is perfectly designed to support your new habit. If you can learn anything, absolutely anything from my past failings, it is this: do not take giant steps forward. Take small steps forward every single day, because I'm terrible for taking a huge step forward and then taking like 10 steps backwards and then taking another step forward and being exactly where I am, but I've gotten absolutely nowhere and it's taken 6 months. So take singular steps forward. Do not do what I do, which is I say I'm going to do 10 minutes of stretching a day and then I've missed it all week and then I'm like, well, I've done an hour and 10 minutes today, so my habit is fine. I've done it all. That does not work because it's like a goal. It's compounded effort over time that builds an automatic habit. Else, what I've done is I've just done a yoga session. I've not actually worked towards my habit, which leads us into this bit, which is don't play catch up. And I am awful, absolutely awful. This, do not try and play catch up. If you miss a day, let it go and just pick up where you left off, because if you try and play catch up, this is what will happen. You'll miss a day and then you'll miss another day and then you'll have 30 minutes of yoga to do and that'll be too much and you'll get overwhelmed and then you'll get stressed out and then you'll give up. Just let it go and pick it up, even if it's been a week, even if it's been a month, it can be 2 years. Just keep doing the small significant thing every single day. Don't try and build it up because you will just get overwhelmed and you will give up. Don't do that. I do it all the time. It's a waste of time. Just get back to basics and do that one step forward and apply what you've learned and how you failed previously to your failure plan so that when it comes back up again, you have a plan so you're less likely to self-sabotage. Let's talk about the final thing, which is making it enjoyable by celebrating your wins and showing yourself compassion. Now, firstly, remember the loop. It is trigger, routine, reward. Reward yourself. Make sure that it's an enjoyable experience by celebrating all of the little things that happen. Like if you've done your habit every day this week, celebrate a mini win. Even if it's just a little woo in your head or you buy yourself a treat, whatever it is, celebrate your actual wins because it will keep you motivated and make the whole thing way more enjoyable. And once you enjoy something, it can easily be incorporated into your life. Now, let's talk about self-compassion, because if you are the one who's always beating up on yourself and cruel to yourself when you fail, you are self-sabotaging. And you might be someone that really likes negative reinforcement, someone that's been brought up with it and thinks it's working for you. But if you're here looking for ways to build new habits because you can't seem to do it, try being compassionate. We are just humans. We fail. Don't beat up on yourself. Show yourself some compassion and say, it's okay, just try again. Don't be cruel. It's unnecessary and it doesn't work. Just be kind to yourself. Take a small step, celebrate, be kind, take another step. And clap for yourself. Now, as people, we love outward validation from other people, but if you actually clap for yourself and provide your self-validation, you will have an unlimited supply. So clap for yourself, be kind, be celebratory, be good. Be nice to yourself, please. It will really help you. And it will make the whole thing a lot more enjoyable and a lot easier to incorporate a habit if it's fun and enjoyable rather than an arduous effort. And those are my unique ways on how to build good habits. Leave a comment, let me know which one you like most, and let me know what you want to see from us next. We are all about helping build videos for you so you can achieve your goals and live your best life. Thank you so much for watching. As I mentioned, we got so many resources in this video, so they are linked all in the description box for you if you do need any. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!